There we go. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live video. It's day 14 of the 90-day challenge. We're getting started about 10 a.m. Central Standard Time here. I'll spend a lot of time this morning just doing a lot of homework research and following up on certain tasks and things that I have to do. So we're going to dive into it. We're going to dive on the phones. And today I'm going to wear my headphones. They're actually like kid headphones that I just used, but they seem to work okay. So we're going to use headphones here. And the reason we're going to do that is because I need better quality conversation or calls. So, you'll be able to hear my rebuttals and things like that, and hopefully that works for you guys. And let's get diving right into it. So with the headline of this video, how I made $100,000 on a commercial deal. I actually did that last month. No, actually it would have been January. I closed on a deal and we made $100,000 on flipping that one deal. Now, total that month, we made $150,000 because we flipped two deals, one for 100, one for 50. And the month before that, we made 80 on a deal. So the reason we're able to get bigger fees on this stuff is because it's an income producing asset that produces cash flow. And if you are able to find these opportunities at a very great capitalization rate, which these deals had, I was then or a very cheap price based on my negotiation tactics, off-market tactics. Because these are not going in with a broker. They're not getting into a broker's hands. They're coming from me directly. And unfortunately, I used to be a real estate broker, so I know what brokers do a lot of the times when they do get their hands on a property is they obviously want to maximize value to the seller in order to get top dollar so then they can get a commission. So sometimes in that negotiation between a broker and a seller, it's like the real price might be here, but because the seller won't list unless they get up here, the broker says, okay, let's just list it there and feel it out. So then what happens is the brokers will drive prices up, and whether they sell or not is another story. But right now, where the rates are at, where the market is, we're still seeing prices up here listed from brokers. And again, I'm not, trying to hate on real estate brokers or anything like that, or commercial brokers. I was one at one point, but they're not adjusting basically based on the demand, or there's still demand, so the prices are still pushing are up. However, with the rates of the debt service, it just doesn't quite make sense. And so what's happening is I'm able to find properties doing this strategy. Cold calling, as well as some other marketing channels that we have to then gain interest from sellers about selling. And then I am very comfortable in understanding on how to underwrite properties. So if it's bringing in how much income, what are the expenses, what are the utility setups specifically for mobile home parks? And then roughly, since I've called so much, I understand other area markets and what is trading in that market based on a price per pad basis. And so I'm able to find deals communicating directly with the seller if we can close quickly and find pain points at a significant discount. And so what that means is that I'm still able to flip that deal at a very attractive capitalization rate to an end investor and make that difference, right? So let's say I get something at a 12 cap or a 13 cap, I'm able to flip it for a 10 cap. Well, that difference might be $100,000. And so that's why I really chose this path in commercial wholesaling rather than residential, is because instead of making like 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20 grand is good for residential from my understanding, and fees per deal. I'd rather do, 50 on up. And I've even had deals where I put under contract where there was $250,000 fee on there based on the size, because it was a massive portfolio. But at the end of the day, it just didn't end up, closing because of inspections and things like that. So again, it's possible. This is why, it's possible for anybody to do this. Obviously I've been prospecting for a decade. I have 10 years of experience under my belt with cold calling. And so it's something that I'm very comfortable with and familiar with. I just want to make sure the audio is good. Okay, good. And so I have experience with this. So I've been doing it for a decade. I started out as a residential agent, then became a residential broker. My last year, I sold 57 houses for like 16 million, I think it was. And I was able to do that all through cold calling. And so I transfer that energy into a new vehicle that can make me more per deal. And so that's where we are currently. So right now in the 14-day challenge, I've got two. I wish I had these stats. I'll pull these stats up really quick so we can kind of review where we're at, and then we can go do a deeper dive, and then we'll dive into the calling. But where I'm currently at is in the last 14 days, got 1, 2, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I found that before the 14 days, so we'll go back to 8, 9, 10. So I've got 9 opportunities that I found in the last 14 days based on this strategy, as well as we have another marketing campaign that brought in some opportunities. But again, ultimately it relies me being on the phone. So I found 9 opportunities. Now, all of those won't close. I think right now my conversion rate on opportunities to offers, so meaning I send an offer out and we get the deal done, I actually had this number. Let me look. LOI to contract is 14%. So I've got 9 LOIs out. So I got 1.26 deals that will close. An average fee of 84,000. Okay, that's 105 that's projected for me to make based on those numbers. So that's where we're currently at. So 14 days, roughly 9 LOIs have been sent out. There's a couple others that we're doing due diligence on. And then again, we have right now, based on trends, we have a 14% LOI to contract rate. And I actually have 2 contracts out. So that should be 2. So that actually exceeds. Now I'm just trying to get them working on getting them assigned to make our fee. And I believe those fees were like it's a smaller one, $30,000 or $40,000 fee. And then one was a $100,000 fee. So we're working through that right now. So it'd be about roughly $140,000 we would have assigned here in the first 14 days of this month. So I just don't know any other asset class or any other opportunity or vehicle where you can make $100,000 in one swing, based on finding a great property, a cash flowing property at a great price, and that's what I do every day. So, I appreciate it. Again, you guys watching. We're on day 14 here, and I'm excited to see what happens from now until day 90. I think the biggest problem I have right now is kind of sifting through legitimate buyers and building out more of a buyer's list, because I do have a handful that I work with now, but you want to continue building that list out. So that's probably the biggest issue I have right now, is just people, because they are commercial properties and are a little bit more expensive to purchase rather than a single family home, is my buying pool starting to get smaller based on lack of capital, or they've just bought up everything, etc. So that's one of the things I'm working on now. So anyways, I appreciate you guys coming along and supporting me on this journey. I'm super excited to see where we are at the end of the 90-day period and how many deals we can get under contract. Again, my goal was 20 deals, and right now I have 9 LOIs sent out. So, and within 14 days, we're looking pretty good. But let's see, if I have 90 divided by 14 would be 6.4. See if that's the number I want to work with. Let's see, 14 divided by 90. Okay, so we're at 15%. We're 15% of the way there. 15% times 6.5 would be 100. Okay, so if I take 9 times, let's say 6.75, that'd be 60 LOIs at 14%. That'd be only 8 contracts. So that would not be enough. So we need to ramp it up a little bit. But let's just say we did that. 60 LOIs times 14 would be 8.5 contracts. This is why you track your stats, guys. So you know, like I need to pick things up. I need to double what I'm doing now if I want to hit that goal. But let's say we hit that number at an average of an $84,500 assignment fee, which is roughly where we're at. That would be $1,718,000 in 90 days. Divided by 90, that would be $8,000 a day. So again, I just don't know the money out, like if that money is real or not, and a lot of other assets. And again, if you want me to go in more detail on how I'm showing you, I'm really honestly documenting this live. So I don't know any, if you want me to go into it in more detail, feel free and shoot a comment below, or please like and subscribe. Shoot a comment below, and maybe I'll do a mastermind or a course or something where we can at least just have an initial call about how I do this. We'll see. I'm not really in the course selling business because I have a real business that, again, as you saw, makes money. But again, we can definitely try and see. All right, let's dive into some calls here. This one was odd. Let's start dialing. Okay, move him to contact and on to the next. Okay. I'm just looking at the my lead list here. Oop. I'm just trying to. Okay. Holy smokes, that's a big deal. Yeah, that's massive. All right, still ringing. All right, no answer. No answer. Contact made. Hmm. This will. I need to shave. I forgot to shave this morning. Sometimes I just get on autopilot and I just the little things I forget to do sometimes. Oh Lord. I have lots available. 325. Okay.
Your call.
No answer. Yes. Hi. Good morning. Is this by chance the owner of the Sandy Ridge Mobile Home Park here in New Bern? Oh, okay, great. My name's Spencer. I actually own a couple parks myself in the Carolinas as well as a couple in Florida. And I came across your park the other day as I was driving through on the way home, and I was curious if you would potentially be open to receiving an offer or selling your park at all this year, or kind of what your thoughts were on that. I understand. Okay, I understand it's a hot commodity. Right. Are they still doing like so it's under contract? Are they doing due diligence and working towards closing, or are they just talking about numbers and saying they're going to send an offer? Gotcha. Oh, okay, gotcha. I understand. So there's a couple judgments on the property? Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So I mentioned, you mentioned you have a few others that are in line as well. I guess as far as price goes, what are your kind of pricing expectations, just in case there is an opportunity for us? Okay. Okay. So what? 1,000,000. Okay. And then how many? I just did a quick drive. I didn't go into the park. I never do. I just don't feel comfortable doing that, obviously, without owner's permission. How many lots or homes were on site? I kind of just did a quick drive by, but it looked like there were quite a few. Hmm. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Understand. Okay. And then so there sounds like there's some violations from the county then on the park. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Saying, yeah, hey, we're gonna come in here and buy it and hopefully and fix it up. And okay, I gotcha. And then, do you know by chance what the utilities are on on the park? Is it well septic or city water sewer? Okay. Hmm. Uh, right. Right. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, it sounds like so it sounds like there's obviously a lot of activity there. So the odds of us having a chance are probably slim, since you said there's quite a few people interested. But if there were an opportunity, or where could I send potentially an offer to you if it were available? Should I email it, or what would be the best way to do that? Okay, what's a good email for you? And then what's a good email? Okay, okay, alrighty, okay. Okay, that sounds good, Margaret. And then do you have a real estate broker or anything helping you on this, or is it just you and working with an attorney? Okay, good. I'm not a broker. I was just asking because I usually it's easier for us to work directly with the seller and their attorney or representative. And so, okay, good. Well, I can go ahead and maybe I'll send over just a follow up email with an offer, and you can share it with your attorney just in case and add us to the list of people that are interested. And then that way you can reach out, whether if they decide not to move forward or they can't get things cleared up for whatever reason, and it comes back available. All right. Well, I appreciate that, Margaret. I appreciate you taking the time here today, and we'll touch base here. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye. Interesting. All right. I'm going to take one quick break here. I got to use the restroom and fill up on my coffee. All right. All right. Okay. Qualified. So with that one, that last conversation, it was a good conversation. I just need to figure out. I mean, it sounds like they have an offer in place and under contract, and they're working through some due diligence items. Basically, there's a lot of judgments against the property. Let the properties run down. Check back on closing. So all I can do there is follow up on the closing and do a little bit of due diligence on my end to see, if we were to come in, it's $1 million, a fair number. Sounds like it for 65 pads. That seems insane. But however, it sounds like the utility situation is iffy. There's a lot of violations against the park. So the county could consider shutting that park down based on all the violations it has. And that's probably what they're moving to do. And so that's something you don't want to go in, head against the county. Already red flags everywhere. And so that could be a problem. So I'm going to call back a couple of weeks, check in on the offer. Sounds like the only reason it wouldn't go through is this city not wanting to work with them. So if they're not willing to work with them, they probably wouldn't want to work with us. But you never know. So that's why we'll just call back, set a reminder. That's why it's important to take great notes. That's why I love my CRM. It records the calls for me as I'm talking to them. So then it can, essentially it's just like, hey, look back at the call if you didn't take a good note, but you still want to make sure you take the time to take good notes after you have a great call. Uh-oh. My desk is not big enough for everything I have. I got microphones, I've got cameras, my coffee, computers, monitors. Need a bigger desk. If anybody has any bigger desk recommendations, let me know. I've got mail everywhere. Okay. Let's see. Where did we want to be on this one? I'm going to call this guy back, see if he wants to. All right, I'm going to call this guy back. I'm going to undo this.